Hey, welcome to another edition of Worst Camera Angle Possible. Again, I am speaking to you from my car, drinking some small water. Alright, so few things have changed. So, and it brought up other issues, and I think this will be important for anybody getting into carnivore. Especially if you're working with fasting windows. So this is what I've done. For those of you just watching for the first time, I started carnivore doing 12-hour in between meals, eating at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock at night. It worked really well, but I reached a weight loss stall that I couldn't break without reducing my calorie intake, and I don't want to count calories. That's not why I got into this. So, now, like I said, for the newer people, I'm at carnivore 18 or 19 months, I think, at this point. I started in April, I believe it was in April of 24. So, recently, I put on 10 pounds, realizing that I was snacking and doing extra eating that I shouldn't be doing. There's a whole nother video about that. Carnivore foods, just extra eating. I didn't pick up on the fact that I was doing it mostly because they were carnivore foods and that whole tobacco. So when I figured it out, I switched from 12 hours to a 6-hour window that I'm allowed to eat whatever I want as far as carnivore goes, and then no more food for 18 hours. That lasted about 2 days. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, I didn't get enough time. Hear me out. I didn't quit the fasting thing. At the second day, or the start of the third day, I was packing my lunch for work. I was just about to cut up my brisket. And when I looked at it, the thought of eating just didn't make me nauseous. But there was absolutely no, like I usually look at brisket and I'm like, I looked at that brisket and I was like, I can't put one more piece of that in my mouth today. So I made the decision. It was a little risky. I'm just not going to eat the second meal. I'll leave my one meal at 1 o'clock, and then I'll have to wait till 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. So basically a 24-hour fast, which I've done longer fasts. It's not a big deal, but I usually plan them. This was not planned. This was spur of the moment. So all I had eaten was roughly a pound of beef and 5 eggs at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Ground beef, by the way, that I had been saying wasn't really satiating me. But all of a sudden now, I ate the pound of ground beef, I ate the 5 eggs, and when it came time to eat the second meal, the thought of eating it was repulsive. It just, not that the food was disgusting, I just wasn't hungry at all. Which is a new feeling for me, by the way. 24 hours went by, and I could eat. I wasn't starving, but I ate because that was my plan, once every 24 hours. What I don't want to do is end up at work in a tunnel 1,000 feet away from civilization, starving, which I don't think would happen, but I'm playing it safe because that would be a miserable work experience. And because my job is a dangerous job, I want my mind on my job, not food. So that's the thing. So the o.m.a.d is working out great. I've been at it a little over a week. My bathroom habits are much better unless I really eat way too much in that one meal, which I did once, and I took in too much fat, so diarrhea was a thing. I will not be doing that again. So here's the caveat to that. And I'm just realizing it 10 minutes ago, right before I started making this video, which is why I'm making the video. If you're doing 2 meals a day and you're salting your food, and I get all my electrolytes from salt, and you switch over to 1 meal a day, you didn't just eliminate a meal, you eliminated a lot of electrolytes. I don't know about you, but I salt to an extreme. I've always loved salt. I've always been heavy on the salt. People in my house always cook with salt, and I always add salt even before I taste the food. And since carnivore, my ability to handle an extreme amount of salt is through the roof. I don't even taste salt unless it's at an extreme level now. So, when I eliminated the second meal, I eliminated a ton of salt. So it cut down my electrolytes. And the problem I'm having, I can hear it even when I talk. My tongue is dry. My lips are not chapped, but they're like shriveled. They're dry, and I'm thirsty all the time. Hence the bottle of water. I never buy water when I'm out. I always either bring a water with me, or I've never really needed the water while I'm out of the house. I was at Home Depot today. If I didn't get that bottle of water, I was gonna make myself nuts. And I was at Burlington Coal Factory yesterday. I got stuck on a very long line there, and I had to leave my son. My son's 19, so I wasn't leaving the child. I had to leave my son to hold my spot in line and walk to Stop and Shop and buy a water because I was dying of thirst. Not literally, but you get the meaning. So, if you're switching into o.m.a.d, or you're cutting back how much you're eating less times a day, whether it's going from 3 meals a day to 2 meals a day, 1 meal a day, o.m.a.d, whatever it is, keep in mind, your salt intake should remain the same, or you may end up in trouble. I am not by any means passing out, but yesterday at Burlington, I felt borderline sick from the dehydration. And when I drank the water, it didn't really help, i.e. I did not have enough salt in the system. So I'm going to go home right now, and I'm immediately adjusting my eating habits, and I will be a couple times a day just grabbing a little handful of my Egyptian sea salt, or whatever, Himalayan sea salt, throwing it in my mouth, under my tongue, and washing it down. So, look guys, this is important. This is probably one of the more important videos I've made. You do not want to be dehydrated. One, it's not a pleasant feeling. Two, it is not safe. Make sure you're getting your salt, okay, in whatever form you can get it. If you're doing the hydration drinks, or the I don't want to go name branding because I don't do those, but there's a million different types of drinks that'll give you your electrolytes. If that's what you need to do it. Me personally, I use salt. My girlfriend ended up quitting carnivore because she was getting all the symptoms that she was putting on carnivore when it was a symptom of dehydration. Because she went from eating processed foods, where ironically she was getting a ton of salt, to eating carnivore, where she said she didn't like the taste of salt. So, and I couldn't find a drink that she would drink enough, because she eats like a bird. She eats one meal a day, very small meal to begin with, and she doesn't drink a lot of water during the course of the day. So she's basically dehydrated without carnivore, just slightly. With carnivore, it was a disaster. So all of the symptoms she was getting, she was blaming on dehydration. So if you're doing carnivore, you're getting leg cramps, your energy doesn't feel right, you're bottoming out, you're not getting enough salt. You need to up your salt game. My trick, because not everybody likes the taste of salt, put it under your tongue, there's very few taste buds there, and wash it back. So I'll put a teaspoon size in the palm of my hand, throw it under my tongue, and drink a glass of water behind it, and it goes away, and you barely taste it. I mean, I have a strong tolerance for salt, so maybe I taste it less than you do, but I do the same thing with medication. I don't like the taste of medication, so anytime I had to take, especially antibiotics, have a horrible taste, I would put it under my tongue and wash it back with water. So there's a little added benefit to my salt trick. All right, y'all, that's a quick video. We'll call it a wrap on this. Listen, good luck. I hope you guys are sticking to your diet. I know I am. With this o.m.a.d, I find it so much easier. I'm so glad I tried the 18 and 6, because it's leading into bigger and better things. I got about 3 or 4 hours before I can eat again. I know we turned the clocks back, so I'm going to be hungry around 12, but I am going to stick to my 1 o'clock, so I'll go 25 hours today. This way my schedule remains the same. That's it. You guys have a great day. It's kind of a nice day out in upstate New York. It's a balmy 46 degrees. I am putting in some stuff to hide the wires for my surround sound set that I recently got, because the wires are driving my girlfriend bonkers. Normally I would let it drive her bonkers, but she keeps the home so beautiful and so clean that I want it to be nice for her. All right, guys. I love all of you. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're staying healthy. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye.